Partway through my childhood, we moved from Queens to New Jersey next to the George Washington Bridge, and we still came into the city all the time. And we came in often to see my grandparents who still were living in Brooklyn. So for some reason, there was a part where we would get off the West Side Highway and do local streets for one part before we got on some other highway. And that part was the meatpacking district, the old meatpacking district. We were on one of those streets that, literally has the cobblestones. It was a very hot summer day. And I think my dad didn't believe in using air conditioning, or maybe our car didn't have it, I'm not sure which. But anyway, the windows were open because it was quite hot. And a man ran by us who was pale and redheaded and didn't have a shirt on. He was just wearing denim shorts, which wasn't that unusual in New York on a hot day, but he was running and he was barefooted and he was redheaded and something was happening and he was yelling. Was he running away from someone or something? And as he got closer, or maybe as we got closer, I guess, it was clear his fly was open and he was only wearing little shorts. And he was a very attractive man, but he was basically almost naked, or was kind of naked. He was just in like denim cutoffs. It was like the 80s. These were like short ones. And he had almost Garfunkel-esque, out of control, short red fro thing, and he was quite pale and freckly. And he was sort of screaming in like high-pitched, I guess in like sort of campy manner. I didn't understand what was happening. And after we passed him, my dad had to sort of pivot the car suddenly. The guy almost seemed like he was about to run into our car. He was literally barefoot running down one of these cobblestone streets on an extremely hot day in maybe 1985 or something like that. And the meatpacking district was filthy, it looked filthy, it smelled filthy, whatever.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't want your feet on that.
No, and then we went past, and my dad didn't say anything, and my brother and I are in the backseat looking at each other. And I was like, Dad, what was that? I asked for an explanation. I said to him, my dad, was he crazy? Was that person, he was crazy, right? And my dad, at some point, I guess, decided to say the truth, or what his impression was, which was probably true for the meatpacking district at the time. My dad said that was, I think, a prostitute. I'm not even sure if he said the word sex or what. We had never had a sex conversation yet. We were too young. I don't feel like it was euphemistic. I feel like he told us the truth, from what I remember, in some way that you could manage to make a child understand. My brother was 3 years older than me, but we were both kids and didn't know what that was. We were on our way to my grandmother's house, and I was really startled and maybe cried. I don't know. I felt really uncomfortable. I felt really worried for the guy. I've always remembered it as a weird sort of kind of innocence to adulthood moment, and old New York also that you don't see.